Always follow the light. Up those stairs. That's right. You'll be safe here. Don't be afraid. Come closer. Everything will be all right. You've lost your mother. Well, we'll find her. Let's wait together here. Don't be afraid. You're not the first to have made that difficult journey, and you won't be the last. Many, like you, have followed that light to reach here, and many more will follow. While we're waiting, let me tell you the story of the house and the road that runs through it. Now, with your fingertip, touch this stone. Your hand is resting on the remains of ancient sea creatures from shallow, warm, prehistoric seas. Just imagine all that life. Layers laid down by tides, currents, and tempests. Strange creatures and shells long gone, now calcified in stone. Perhaps it's always this way. From destruction, something remains and endures. From these very fossils, these ruins set in stone, a shining city. story of this house, with the road running through it, it goes back a very long way. It's said that London was established by Brutus, the great-grandson of Aeneas. And of course Aeneas had himself founded ancient Rome, having fled the fall of a much earlier city, Troy. A lot of building, stone, and always dust. It was called the Siege of Troy. It lasted for 9 years. There were heroes, honor, courage, love, and a wooden horse. But in the end, the city of Troy fell in a fury of fire, collapsing walls and dust, as if the earth itself was shifting. But the dust never settled. The collapse of Troy was followed by a vast migration of humanity, treading endless roads, crossing seas, lands, and rivers. The refugees of Troy came to Europe. At first, the flight, the fear, the silence, and the shuffling. Then, as the days and nights crept on, the cries of children, the dragging feet, the endless flies, the hollow sound of empty pots and hunger, and always the dust, the wake of peoples on the move. Onwards, always onwards, until they reached a final beach. Then, in the darkness, clinging on to hope, they crossed a perilous sea and reached the mouth of a great river.
Behind you, that's the river that Brutus sailed. And here on either side, the ancient road, running east to west, scored with the footprints of humanity searching for new beginnings.
Somewhere on that journey, between the ruins of ancient Troy and this place, Brutus and his people became Britons, carrying the lessons of their past. Here they built a new city. These first Britons, refugees from the dust and the destruction of ancient Troy, created a new Troy. A city open to the sun, wind, the stars and voices of the world. A city of portals.
great stones and arches through which the ideas and peoples of the world could flow. And here, at the very center of the universe, a house. Built as a lesson and a beacon of hope for all time. A house of such lightness and beauty that no one would ever dare to hold it. It straddled the great east-west road, so that the sounds of the peoples of the world would resonate through its stones for all time. There was a hall, and vistas linking time and space, a staircase hanging in mid-air, connecting the city with the freedom of the skies and birds above. It was a prism through which light could radiate around the world, and welcoming everyone, a golden dawn. And it was said that one day there would arrive a mighty woman with a torch to shine from here to every corner of the world. It was perhaps that same light shining through time and space that brought you here today. And wait a little longer, and you might hear her famous words. Follow the light from my beacon hand, forever glowing, a worldwide welcome. The sun rose on a new civilization. This was a new Troy. Generations passed, and the Britons forgot that ancient eastern siege from which they had fled. Deep down, they wanted peace, but in their forgetfulness, their actions led to war once again. Portals became gates, and the breath of wind, sun, starlight, and the peoples of the world no longer flowed through the new Troy. The sun burned red with dust, as walls, towers, and battlements rose once again, and the world outside was turned away. Men took the east-west road, but the gates of New Troy were now barred, and the hearts and minds of the Britons closed. Britons shut out the world, until that mighty woman came, carrying with her stories of history's shame. But when she reached the walls, the border gates were shut. Defying the locks and keys, she demanded to be heard and raised her voice in a magnificent song which told of her struggle.
Heaven help the child that never had a home. Heaven help the girl who walks the streets alone. Heaven help the roses if the bombs begin to fall. Heaven help us all.
Her voice rose up above the walls, weaving through the padlocks, keys, and gates. At first they stuffed their ears, pulled blankets over their heads, and told themselves that somehow this song was not for them. But with every echo, rise and fall, something shifted.
Heaven help the black man if he struggles one more day. Heaven help the white man if he turns his back away. Heaven help the man who kicks the man who has to crawl. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us, Lord, hear our call when we call. Heaven help the boy who won't reach 21. Heaven help the man who gave that boy a gun. Heaven help the people with their backs against the wall. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us all. Yeah.
Britons were reminded of their own long-lost stories of suffering, arduous journeys, and their thirst for freedom. The hearts of the Britons were moved, and the gates finally unbolted.
To leave as quick as possible, and there was only 3 of us. We left on June 1939, and we changed trains in Hanover, and we joined the transport which came from Berlin, which was a whole carriage full of children. My father was a girl. My mother said, I'll never forget the last words my mother said that I ever see her.
Come to me, come towards my light, shining across the world through time and space. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I am the house. From the ashes of devastation, from sieges, wars, and famines. I am the house. I am the house that holds the hope for those who are not free, whether casualties of war's brutalities or for reasons of race, gender, belief, disability, or sexuality. I am the house! I am the house that shines a light across perilous straits and seas as fragile boats struggle from darkness towards light. I am the house. I am the house of fairness. I believe and comfort you when you tell your story of persecution. I am the house that heals all that is broken. I am the house of justice, freedom, equality, and respect for every living thing. I am the house of balance and harmony between nature and humanity. The house of time and space, of past, present, and future. A house for all time and all people. I am the house that moves and impels the human spirit, placing the whole universe in motion. Follow the light. Beacon hands reaching out across roads, cities, seas, space, and time itself. Let light shine everywhere. Let everything move and be moved. house of empathy, the house that yearns for freedom, the house that every child holds in its heart at night when shadows creep and gunfire sounds, the house that rests inside us all, the need to hold and be held, the need to dream and believe, the need to harness possibility and find purpose, the need to be free. I am the house of dignity, respect, and rights. The house that shines and reflects and shines a light across perilous borders and dust-filled roads. To all lost children, come to me.
Hello. Hello, it's Ian McCallum. We hope you love the performance you've just seen as part of Greenwich and Docklands International Festival. You know, to continue to keep the festival free, we need your help. There are tall flags on site which say "Love the Festival," where you can donate towards next year's program. Or look out for volunteers carrying collection buckets. Thanks so much for watching, and we really appreciate your support.